Welcome to the Buying Service presentation, a saving and investing topic. By the end of this presentation, you will be able to identify if you are eligible to purchase service, define the different types of service that may be purchased, explain how purchasing service increases your benefit, take steps to purchase service, and find resources for more information. What does buying service mean? As a WRS employee, you can buy back creditable service that you lost during a separation. As a reminder, a separation is when you previously terminated WRS employment and completely closed your WRS account before you are eligible to retire. Or it can be buying credible service from other non-WRS public service that you may have performed in another state or for a federal agency. Buying service helps increase your retirement benefit with the WRS. To be eligible to buy service, you must meet the following requirements. You must be a WRS employee who has had 3 continuous and consecutive years of service since returning to WRS employment. You may buy service equal to the number of years you have currently worked with the WRS. You also must buy service before you terminate from the WRS. This means ETF must receive your buying service form before your termination date. Why should you buy service? It can increase your retirement account balance, increase the years of service used in your retirement benefit calculation, and therefore, it can increase your monthly WRS retirement payment. What it can't do for you is be used towards vesting. It cannot be used for pre-1974 military service credit. Nor can it be used to buy eligible years for sick leave or replace years of service lost as a result of a divorce. Let's look at the time it would take to recover your cost of buying the service, or another way of putting it, your return on investment. Here is an example of a calculation for those years. If the cost to purchase service was $18,000 and the estimated monthly increase to your pension payment is $300, then that means your annual return on investment would be $3,600. Divide the cost by the estimated annual increase and you will receive the number of years it will take to return your investment. Now that you've learned some of the general information about buying service, let's dive a little deeper into the different types of service. Let's start with forfeited service. Forfeited service is any service that was lost when a WRS separation benefit was taken. When you buy forfeited service, you are buying the employee's share of the benefit plus interest. This is the portion you received in the separation benefit. Once you buy the employee's share, you gain the employer's share that stayed in the WRS when you took a separation benefit. Want to know how much it will cost to buy the service you forfeited by taking a separation benefit? Use the WRS Forfeited Service Cost Calculator. This calculator will estimate the cost of buying service and how much your benefit would increase if you buy the service. It also shows you the projected monthly benefit increase based off a formula calculation or money purchase calculation, as well as the estimated amount of years to recover your cost. It also gives you the option to estimate the cost of buying only a part of the service and estimate how much service you would receive for a specific dollar amount. To use the calculator, go to the ETF website at etf.wi.gov. Scroll down and click Calculators. Select the WRS Forfeited Service Cost Calculator. It will take you to an instructions and disclaimer page. At the bottom of the page is the link to the calculator. Now, let's look at other governmental service, or what we call OGS. OGS is the service you earned working for non-WRS public employers at the federal, state, or local level. OGS will also be credited as general category service, regardless of the type of duties you performed or your current WRS employment category. When you buy OGS, you pay the full cost of the creditable service. This includes the employee share plus the employer's share and any other costs included to receive the benefit. You are eligible to buy OGS service if you are an active WRS employee who previously worked for a non-WRS public employer. Like forfeited service, you must also have 3 continuous consecutive years of WRS employment to be eligible. Some examples of non-WRS public employers include teaching service outside of Wisconsin, federal employment, including military post-1974, and any public service outside of Wisconsin. You cannot purchase OGS based on any service which you are already or will be receiving a benefit from. For example, you worked in Illinois as a teacher and are receiving a monthly benefit for that service. This does not apply to Social Security, disability, or benefits from service in the Reserves or National Guard. Now that you have learned about the different types of service, let's look at how to purchase it. Buying forfeited service is based on your 3 high years of earnings and the contribution rate in effect for each forfeited service employment category when the estimate is prepared. The contribution rates may change each calendar year, so the cost to buy forfeited service can change even if your earnings do not. The cost to purchase other governmental service is based on the projected amount needed to fund the increase in your benefit that the service purchase will provide. The cost will usually be much higher than the cost of the same number of years of forfeited service because no part of the cost of the benefit increase is funded from employer contributions. This cost also includes your age, salary, and accrued service at the time the estimate is prepared. You may purchase service by sending a personal check or money order. You may use funds from additional contributions that you have made. You may also make a plan-to-plan transfer of funds from a qualifying retirement account. Up to 90% of the cost can be paid by a plan-to-plan transfer. A minimum of 10% of the payment must be paid by the participant. You can make up to 2 service purchases per year. Service purchases can be made up until you leave WRS employment. Let's sum up what you have just learned. You can never buy more service than you have currently earned as an active employee. Service does not have to be bought all at once. You can make multiple purchases, 2 purchases per year max. ETF can accept plan-to-plan transfers from non-WRS retirement plans or from additional contributions to pay for up to 90% of the purchase cost. You must have 3 continuous years of service since your return to WRS employment to be eligible to purchase service. What can you do next? Call ETF for an estimate to purchase service. The estimate will provide you with the amount of service you are eligible to buy, the cost to buy the service, and how much the purchase will increase your monthly benefit. Stay connected to ETF. Get up-to-date information about your WRS benefits by subscribing to ETF email updates, talking with a benefits specialist, or connecting with ETF on one of our Twitter or LinkedIn social media sites.